Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Me, Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. We're in Boston for Monday Night Raw, July 1st, 2024. Corey and Cole on commentary. Pat will be back next week. So, we started off hot. We started off with Jey Uso. Yeet. And Cole, Michael Cole, man. He's eating too. He's eating his lights up and everything like that. Oh my gosh, Jey Uso's like, I'm going to be yeet in the bank. And here comes Chad Gable. He says, no. And Jay's like, hey, don't you have a problem with the Wyatt Six? And he's like, no, well, you stole their fireflies. He's like, hey, man, I told them they can have their fireflies. I told them they have their cockroaches, mosquitoes. They can have it all. He doesn't want any of that. Then, of course, Jey Uso and Chad kind of get in a little bit of a fight. But here comes the Wyatt Six again. Oh, my goodness. And that's funny is like me and my wife laughed because Jey Uso was out. He's like, yeet. He was gone. And Chad's there. You know, we're like, no, Chad's going to die again. But Chad plays it off, you know, and they're blocking off his exits at the, you know, when their entrance and everything like that. And they're blocking out the exits and stuff like that when, you know, they're in the light and whatnot. And he goes through the crowd. We got another box delivered to Michael Cole with another VHS in it. So they have to get that to the truck and be like, hey, put it in. Let's see what's on it. Then we go into our first match of the night. Xavier Woods versus Karrion Kross. Kofi on the outside, the Final Testament. And I will say, as I tweeted last night, this is a weak sauce storyline. I can't wait for Raw to go back to 2 hours. And then I heard they're going to make SmackDown 3 hours when it goes over to the USA Network. And I was like, just keep it 2 hours for both shows. Like, let's cut down this stuff. And I understand, you know, they've been wanting to break up the New Day and whatnot, trying to figure out ways. But Xavier Woods got the win here. And I'm just like, yeah, well, there we go, Karrion Kross. You know, and Karrion Kross is one of those people, like, he has a great look. Had a hell of a run in NXT. Then when he was brought up, McMahon threw a weird, like, thing on him and mask and whatnot. And I don't know, that weird outfit he had to wear that Vince probably was like, oh, he looks good. He looks sexy. Oh, yeah, Karrion Kross. And he just kind of just killed the character altogether. And then they had to reboot him again. And then I know Triple H is trying, and he's trying to get the Final Testament to be something, but this story here is just not doing it for me. Xavier was getting the win. I was like, okay, cool, then I guess we're done with this, right? No, probably can get more next week on Raw after this big weekend with Money in the Bank and NXT Heat Wave. But of course, they attack the New Day afterwards. Karrion Kross almost breaks Kofi's arm. No one's coming to save him. I was waiting for Big E. I don't know why. Just a little part of me was like, oh, Big E's going to come out. Nope. They just completely decimate the New Day. And then we go into the Judgment Day. They're backstage and, you know, Damien's with Dom. And he's like, dude, you need to get this shit figured out. He's like, I will. And Damien's like, you say that every week. Bro, you keep saying that. And he goes, have you talked to Rhea? He goes, yeah, we're cool. He goes, no, you're not, because I talked to her and she's pissed. And he's like, oh, we got caught in the lie. And he's like, then the one thing that made me go, oh, is when Dominic's like, you sound like my dad. I was like, oh, you know he has daddy issues. Damien. They go into the clubhouse, and there's Liv Morgan, Carlito, Finn. They're all having a good time. JD McDonough. And Damien and Finn kind of, he's like, dude, what the hell is this? Liv? And Liv's like, oh, sorry, I'm going to leave now. And she goes, and it's just adding more drama, more spiciness to the story. And Finn and Damien, and Finn's like, hey, man, you changed, man. Look, we heard what you said last week. You said we need you more than you need us. And he goes, think about it. When Rhea was champion, we needed her. When I'm here, you need me. And Finn's like, dude, ever since you got the title, it changed you. So now we're slowly laying the seeds of when these two will finally come head to head and face each other. And R.I.P. Sika, another package. You know, I love this package. It's so beautiful. R.I.P. Much love to the family. Kathy with Zelina Vega before her WWE Women's World Championship match with Liv Morgan. You know, she said, I'm going to take on Liv. I'm going to become the new champion, blah, 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 blah. We can get right into the match, and I will say this match was fun. I will say match of the night, almost, until I get to the main event. But still, Zelina Vega and Liv Morgan tore it up. And here comes Dirty Dom. Here comes Rey Mysterio. Liv Morgan for the win. Dirty Dom's like, hey, he's trying so hard to get that title back, you know, for mommy and whatnot. And this story keeps developing between Zelina Vega and Liv Morgan. I think they're going to have another match. But it's great that Ray was out there, Dirty Dom, because they have a match later on. Then Kathy talks to Liv Morgan, and Liv Morgan's like, hey, every match, every win's for daddy. We get a Drew McIntyre promo from Modelo, and he still's got the bracelet. He's like, I'm going to go to Money in the Bank. I'm going to become world champion. You know, this promo was the setup for the main event tonight, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, and Ilya Dragunov. And I'm really enjoying Drew McIntyre, but something's going to happen. I know it is, right? WrestleMania doc preview. Finally, it's going to be here. The WrestleMania documentary we've been waiting for, the behind-the-scenes stuff for the biggest WrestleMania in history. I cannot wait for this documentary. It's going to air on their exclusive YouTube channel and everything like that. So I'm so excited. I am so excited to watch it. And we have Seth Rollins comes out, and he does his thing. He's Seth Rollins, baby. And here comes Finn Balor. And then Damien comes out, and Damien's like, hey, Finn, I can fight my own battles, dude. Then they kind of get in a scuffle and fight, and Finn starts beating down Seth Rollins, and Damien pulls Finn off. Like, dude, this is my fight. So causing more, you know, turmoil in the Judgment Day and stuff like that. So Seth is really getting in his head, and with that stipulation going in to their championship match this weekend, it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a doozy. We get a Ludwig Kaiser package. He was hurt. His ribs were hurt. But he's going to come back and face Sheamus at some certain point. Finn and Damien backstage, and Damien's like, hey, we cool? You know, and then there's no fist bump. If you notice, there was no fist bump at all. So, more seeds being planted for the Judgment Day to explode within. Then we get our Money in the Bank qualifier match, Dakota Kai versus Zoe Stark versus Ivy Nile. I like Zoe Stark. You know, Kairi Sane came out, tried to help. Then Fire and Dawn come out and attack, causing Dakota Kai to get distracted and getting Zoe Stark to get the win. I was really pulling for Dakota Kai, but I'm seeing everybody online. Oh my God, Triple H, oh no, shut up, man, Dakota Kai. Why? Like, she hasn't been, they really haven't been doing anything with her. Like, you know, I hate when people blow up about, like, oh my God. It's just like, just wait and be patient. I'm pulling for Zoe Stark. Zoe Stark gets the win. You know, she's moving on. She's going to be in the Money in the Bank, and I know we're going to get some great spots with her in that Money in the Bank. And sorry, I did not see Ivy at all winning this. But Dakota Kai, her time is coming. Her time is coming. We go back to Cole, and he goes, hey, we got the VHS. We're ready to play it. Another Howdy and Bo Dallas interview. They're one and the same. Creepy, scary, you know, you're bringing the reckoning. I am the reckoning. It's just, just the drama that is being built. And I'm like, I'm invested. I'm very invested. I'm like, oh my God, I want to see how this is going to translate to the ring, though. How, you know what I mean? Like, that's where it's going to be. They can go destroy everybody they want. They can do these great packages and everything. But how will it translate into the ring? That's my biggest concern there. So as good as stuff this is, that's where my worry lies, is how it's going to translate. So we shall see, though. But this was a great thing, just showing that Uncle Howdy and Bo are one and the same. Chad finds Otis. He's in catering. He's got 2 plates because Otis is a big man, meaty man. And he's like, hey, man, I'm sorry. I know that you hate me. And Otis is like, I don't hate you, man. But, you know, you broke our hearts, and we're not going to help you. You're on your own with the Wyatt Six and all that. Tozawa and Maxine come, and Chad's like, all right, fine. He goes off, but he says, you're my number one guy still. You know, trying to manipulate them and trying to get them back on his side. I don't think it's going to happen. Going to our next match, Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. And of course, Liv comes out. Zelina comes out. Helps Rey get the win by getting Dom hit his huevos on the top turnbuckle. And what I like about this with Rey getting the win is Liv was like, I'm so sorry, Daddy. Don't be mad at me. Oh, Dom's like, get away from me. And that mustache, he's looking fabulous. And the chance of shave that mustache, it's out there. Then we get a Sheamus promo for the main event tonight. Then we go into Shinsuke. He's at the UFC supporting his boy. Then we have Sami Zayn, and he's cutting a promo. He has a big match with Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker comes out. Of course, it's going to end up in a fight, and Braun Breaker ends up on top, spearing him twice. I think 3 times, right? No, he was going to get that second spear, but he got the second spear in the ring. He holds that title over Sami Zayn. This is going to be a fight between these two at Money in the Bank. Then Kathy's backstage with Damage Control, and Dakota Kai's like, "Hey, we're gonna rebuild Damage Control. We're gonna take over." And of course, here comes Lyra getting in their face, and then Carter and Chance starts attacking, and just ends up in a big scuffle. We get the Bloodline recap from last week on SmackDown. Oh, Paul deserves an Emmy. The new Bloodline. What will happen this Friday on SmackDown before Money in the Bank? Again, then we get an Ilya Dragunov promo. We go into our main event. Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus versus Ilya Dragunov. And oh my goodness, this match was awesome. And it was banger after banger after banger, bro. But I was waiting. My wife was like, CM Punk's coming out. No, CM Punk's not coming out. CM Punk is going to cause something. And of course, Drew gave the bracelet to Michael Cole. Said, here, keep my bracelet for me. And he gets the win. He cuts Kathy gets in the ring, does an interview with them. He says, I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do. I'm going to Money in the Bank. I'm getting the briefcase, and I'm going to be world champion. And that's where we ended with Drew McIntyre. And we have some digital exclusives. Chad's backstage. He's telling the merch guys, hey, get Master in the Bank shirts. They'll fly off the shelf. He sees the Creed brothers, and they're like, are you all right? He goes, yeah, and he walks off. Then we go to Truth, finding Miz and saying, I'm sorry, man. He goes, hey, I know you like the Cleveland Browns and stuff, and I found this has a B on it. I knew you would like it. And Miz pulls out the championship. He's like, this is the Red Sox, man. Boston Red Sox. He goes, oh, not Cleveland? No, Cleveland. What? But Braun comes in, and he says, hey, I've been having problems with the Judgment Day as well, and we all got to get together. But I was kind of sad this was a digital exclusive and not part of the show. So, and like I said, there is a lot to unpack here as well. But that's it. That's all. I give this a solid 4 out of 5 for Monday Night Raw. My match of the night is Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, and Ilya Dragunov. I think it was a banger of a match. Second to that was Zelina Vega and Liv Morgan. And that's it. That's all. Monday Night Raw, July 1st, 2024. Cole and Corey on commentary in Boston. All right, tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Share it, your grandma, share the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Prophets parading, belittling their family for their own gain. It's disgusting.